question that I am asked about frequently. I receive many messages from brothers and sisters that really want to make something for themselves, make some extra money from home, stop working their 9 to 5 because they feel pressure and they just want to make something for themselves in this dunya. So I'm going to go through a few steps today where you can identify a business idea and start making some steps to progressing forward to starting up your new business. The first thing I would say is know yourself as a person and who the potential entrepreneur that you could be. Who is that person? You need to look at your strengths. And a thing that I get told a lot by people when they message me or comment on my posts in my social media is, I don't know what I can do. There's nothing I can do. I haven't got skills. I'm just a stay-at-home mum, or I'm just a general worker. They don't always connect the dots. So knowing that yourself as a person and the entrepreneur that you could be is really, really important. Now, this process can be made very difficult, but I'm going to give you a very, very simple solution of how you can really, really start to identify what your strengths are. Now, for example, I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen. Any piece of paper, could be a notepad, it could be on the back of an envelope, it doesn't matter, as long as you've got something there, and a pen or a pencil, and start writing down all of the things that you are good at. Now, for some people, this is quite difficult because a lot of us, we think we're not good at anything. We don't actually see our own strengths. And I work predominantly with Muslim mothers. And a lot of mothers are like, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home mum. I don't know what I can do. I've not really had formal education, or they've worked a job previously and now they're a stay-at-home mum with the children and they really want to start something. Mums are some of the most amazing, talented, resilient women on the planet. You have to remember all of the things that you guys are doing every single day. You are juggling appointments. We are doing housework. We are organizing all manner of things on a daily basis. These are strengths, sisters. Planning, organization, time management, conflict resolution. There are so many different things that we don't think we can do. But you have got so many skills that if you've got so many skills that you can share out with the world and you can make a business from it. So I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to write down at least 50. Now, when I was taught this by my own coach, they asked me to write 100 and I found it so difficult. And I was thinking about all these professional things that I've done, but what I didn't do was connect the dots of the things that I do on a daily basis. And this is to the brothers as well. The brothers are doing so many different things. You're working jobs, you're parenting, you are, you're finance managing. A lot of brothers, they look after the finances as well in the house. So, you've got all those kind of skills. So write down things. It can be things as simple as, do you make a really good cup of tea? I'm going to use this example again later. Do you make a really, really, really nice cup of tea? Can you make really nice food? Are you really good at managing appointments? Are you really good at numbers? Are you a person that people ask for advice? Do you have knowledge in teaching? Do you teach your children at home? Are you a homeschooler? There's so many different types of things. Just write them down. Are you good at makeup? Are you good at cleaning? Are you good at cooking? Are you good at gardening? Anything you think that is your positive and strong strength that you have, write it down. And I want you to try and write up to 50. There are definitely 50 things that you do on a daily basis. Like I said, the simple things like making a cup of tea that you do that are really good, that you can potentially turn into a business. So once you've done that, which I know this can take a long time. Sometimes for a lot of people, this can be actually quite a block for a lot of people to do, because it kind of starts making you think inside yourself about who you are as a person. And some of us, unfortunately, do have, inside traumas, or we've had bad experiences, or, some of us have been through very difficult situations, and it gives us what we call limiting beliefs. And it almost believes that the things that we do on a daily basis are not skills, but they definitely are. So once you've done, so for example, let me think. So if you are I don't know, if you are a mother at home and you're really good at cooking, you could turn it into a cooking business. If you're good at making tea, for example, you could turn this into a care job, a chai business. You could start making chai for people. You could start doing snacks for people. You could start a kind of service where you help counsel people, where you have cups of tea. You could start networking events. There's so many different things that you can do with just making a cup of tea. So I want you to just write down and think as simple as that. So, but there are a few things you have to kind of think about as well. What we're going to go on to the next step. But these are just general examples. But I just want it just starts allowing you to coming up with ideas of where you can start with a business. Now, if you already have an idea for a business, or you've done this exercise and you want to go on to the next step, this step is going to help you massively. So you need to start thinking about things that actually you could do on a day-to-day basis. So if you're a person that doesn't enjoy speaking to people or meeting new people, and it's something that you think maybe could hold you back, I wouldn't necessarily consider a very heavy client-facing business. You could look at more of a product-based business, like making soaps, making creams, buying products wholesale and selling them online, like an e-commerce business, something like that, that allows you to be more behind the scenes. If you are someone that is not very good with hands-on, with writing and things like that, maybe think of something that's more client-facing. So you could look at counseling, coaching, this kind of thing. And just really, really think about the things that you would actually enjoy doing yourself on a day-to-day basis, because remember, you have to still kind of run this business. So it's kind of thinking about what would you enjoy, because we have to enjoy it, right? It's not all about the money. Obviously, a lot of us, this is why we're doing it. This is one of our motivations, to make money so we can have financial freedom, we can help our family. And so the next thing I'm just going to go back onto is discover your motivation. So you think about this now, you've got your business idea, you know that you want to do it. You're like, right, I'm going to do tea making. I'm going to make some soaps. I'm going to start cooking from home. I'm going to start a product-based business. I'm going to open a shop. Whatever it is you think that you want to do, think about your motivation. You need to be absolutely clear why you're doing it. Now, it might sound obvious, the obvious reasons, lack of security in your job, you want more money, you want, because there is an very, very uncertainty about starting a business, and it can be quite scary. So holding on to that motivation that you have is really, really important. Yeah. So hold on to that motivation that you have. And it's having your goals and setting your goals from the start and understanding why you're doing it is really important, because as we start progressing in a business, it can be quite difficult. Starting a business and running a business isn't easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. It isn't easy, but knowing why you're doing it gives you the motivation. Most people are motivated by a mix of, we want to do it for rewards from Allah. We want to make more money for our family. We want to have a bit more time with our family. We want to give our family holidays. We want to get a bigger house. A lot of these things are, there's a lot of a mix of it, but this will give you the determination to start your business, because a lot of people get stuck at the start. They go, oh, I want to start this business and, I don't know why I want to do it. So when you've got a bit of a motivation, you understand why you're doing it, you can keep that and mix that in with your business idea. Okay, so it kind of serves two purposes. If you want to go out and do some charity and help sisters that have experienced some, for example, situations that you have, and you've come through that and you want to start counseling, that's two. You're helping people, but also you're going to be getting some financial compensation for it. And that's going to be a really, really good motivator for you. Make sure it's a good reason to start as well, because, you don't ever want to putting your hopes on a future pot of gold is not going to be able to sustain you. Okay. The money, we all think this money, but actually having something outside of that. Money is just the vehicle. It's just the energy to get what we want. Thinking about what your life will look like in a year, thinking about what your life will look like in 2 years, even in 6 months, if you start your business, will help you more than just thinking about the money. The money helps us get there, but we want the life. Think about the life. Pray to Allah. We have to start with good intentions, and always start with the intention. Say Bismillah, make dua, do istikhara, say to Allah, please help me. This is what I want. I want this life. Make dua, and inshallah, it will be helped. So you've thought about your business idea, you thought about your goals, you thought about why you're doing it, and just start. The really, really good thing to think about when you're starting your business is think about solving a problem for a client, not starting a business. Now, every single business solves a problem, and we don't always think of it like that. What I mean by solving a problem is, I've got dry skin, I've got a problem. I'm hungry, I've got a problem. Yeah, that is a problem. That is an issue that I want solving. If you are going to cook food for me, you are solving my problem. If you want to sell me a skincare product because I've got dry skin, you are solving my problem. So thinking about what the problem is that you're solving as well really, really, really helps you. It's something that something that your potential clients are going to care about. For example, the internet was started up by a man called Tim Berners-Lee, and he wanted to start the internet as a way of sharing information out with the world. And that was his kind of motivation to start up. Obviously, it's been monetized by different companies then. Tesla started with the objection with making the world's cars electric, and they're well on their way to having a massive multi-billion-dollar business. So it's about having a purpose as well. Looking at your business and your strengths, where can you provide a better solution? Okay, so think about other businesses, what they're doing. What can you do that's better in your business? You shouldn't always be cheaper than other businesses as well. So don't think about undercutting. I'm going to be the cheapest on the market. I'm going to do, that's not always going to make you money. Being cheaper isn't always being the best. And also think about how you can innovate. What's going to be different about what you're doing? Yeah. So if we're thinking about the tea business, for example, we're going to start making tea for people. We're going to start doing chai runs. What's going to be different about your business? Are you going to start selling them in the traditional clay cups, for example? That's a very innovative idea. Are you going to start doing like reusable cups where people can get money off, or, having a refill? That's another business idea. Are you going to start selling to corporate businesses, taking your tea and driving down to business parks and, giving out tea to people on lunchtimes? That's an innovative idea. Like the chai truck. Oh, I should actually start that business myself now. Alhamdulillah. And think about the business for a future need or market. What do you think your market's going to look like in 5 or 10 years? Is it going to change? Things that we're looking at now. For example, the hijab market is completely different to what it was 10 years ago. The styles have changed, the colors have changed, materials have been updated, there's been innovative solutions around sports hijabs. We didn't see sports. I myself never saw sports hijabs 10 years ago. Think about what there could be in a few years' time. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, we didn't even know what Bitcoin was, most of us was. And now it's an emerging market. So think about what in the future, what your business could give. Another one is a massive one that we can cover is turning your hobby into a business. A logical jump for a hobby that you've got at the moment is to going into a business. And if you like knitting, or you've got you do meetups, for example, with people, you could turn that. Also think about it as a global business. Where could you sell? Would you sell locally? Would you sell globally? What would that look like in 5-10 years? But also don't limit yourself to one business idea when you're starting, because limit yourself to one business idea when you're starting, you can get laser focused. And if you've done a lot of work and it's not really working out, a lot of people start businesses and they don't always work out first time. I've done it. Lots of people done it. I've had launches. I thought it was going to be the best thing ever. I've done a lot of market research and it flopped. but I changed it around and I changed the service a little bit and I got a lot of customers from it. So don't limit yourself to one business idea. Come up with a couple of ideas of what could be really, really good for you, and start researching them. So if you're stuck, just stop thinking about it. When you're thinking about it too much, it can really, really cloud your mind, and it really, really takes over. Stop, make wudu, do istikhara, make dua, and inshallah something will come to you. So that's just a few things what you could do around starting your business. I don't really want to go massively into all the market research and that kind of thing, because that is a whole other topic in itself. But what I wanted to share with you guys today was you can really, really, really make an impact for your life if you start a business. You can really, really, really help your family. You can really help yourself. You can make new friends. You can make new discoveries about yourself. You can improve your life. You can improve your situation. Everything comes from Allah at the end of the day. Everything comes from Allah. But there are things that we can do in this life. We are given opportunities. We are given chances. We always have to tie our own camel. We can't just sit back and make dua and it's going to happen. We all know that. But there are so many people that don't start because they get stuck or they find the process very difficult. It's very daunting and overwhelming. But what you can do as a business, as a person, to think about yourself as a future entrepreneur, just to recap, is think about your businesses, look at your strengths, look at what you could possibly turn into a business, and get your motivation of why you want to start a business. Why do you want to start this business? Where do you want to be? Not just think about the money. The money will get you there. The money is just merely the vehicle and the energy to get you to where you want to be. Okay. But, if Allah chooses, if you want to have a bigger house in 5 years, it will come whether you have a massive amount of money or success or not. But the money is just the vehicle. So you have to sometimes let go of that money, and think about where you want your life to be, what you want it to look like. If that means £100 extra a month to buy yourself a couple of things or pay for some classes for the kids, if it means you want to buy a brand new car or a new house, or go on extra holidays, or you just want to alleviate yourself out of a situation that you're in, motivation looks different for everybody. And I think as we're business owners, what we always hang on is to the money. We think about the money, the £5, £10, £5, £10 all the time. And that's because if we're in a difficult situation, and I understand and I get it, I've been there myself. I know what it feels like to be in that situation and worry about the money. But try and hold on to your motivation of where you want your life to be, and it will really help. Think about looking at your business and where it would be in 5-10 years' time. What can you do to innovate? What can you do that's better than other people around you? And just go from there. Start asking family and friends, do you think you would like to have this business? You can do a little bit of market research, go onto Google, have a Google of what you think, if you think that this is going to be a profitable business. Don't worry about if there's lots of things out there. There's no such thing as a flooded market, because people will buy from a brand. If they think that it's worth it and they like you, they'll buy from your brand. Yeah, they'll definitely come to you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this today. I would really, really love it if you've got any feedback or you've got any questions or comments. Please do go onto the Facebook page, Ramadan Radio Wolves, I believe it is, and go on there, and I will come back and I will personally reply to you, and I will have a look. I've also got some templates. So if you guys want some templates to help you go through this process, just go and find me on social media. It's Sarah Mira Saleh. I've also got a Facebook community if you want to go on there and have a look. But do go on, do think about this process. And you know what? The one thing I want you to think about is just starting. Just start. Even if you start the process now, what you can do and what you think you're good at, just start. Because it will be absolutely amazing. You're taking the first step into changing your life, into being that person that you want to be, into having an impact for you and your family. And just taking the first step, baby steps. This process sometimes takes people years. It can take people months. But just starting the process is going to be absolutely life changing from you. And if it comes to the point that you decide you don't want to run a business at this time, it's absolutely fine. You've still got that. You've still got it, and you can go back to it. It can feel scary. It can, I know, but scared and excited are very similar emotions, and we can switch it around. Yeah, from being scared to feeling excited. The next things you can do is go into Google, search for some business plans. I've also got a template for that as well, that I can put up for you guys. I've got loads of different support that I can offer you. But again, like I said, just go up there, make the first step. And thanks so much for listening to me today. And thank you so much to Ramadan Radio Walls for inviting me on. I am going to do another segment, I believe, a different time. But thanks a lot, and salam alaikum.